So I thought I'd do a quick video on how I load up and start my wood burner. I'm sure there's lots of other ones around, but I just thought I'd do what I do. And this is after years of starting fires with a bed of crunched up newspaper, then kindling, then slightly bigger bits of wood. And then I kept hearing about this sort of, I don't know, Scandinavian method or Norwegian method maybe of top-down lighting, and it just seems so completely illogical to me that I really resisted trying it for quite a while. But then I started trying it, and yeah, it's what I do all the time now. And although I've still got a load of newspaper over there by the fire, I'm not using it anymore. So basically what you do is you start off with some fair sized logs at the bottom. So this is the bit that just seemed completely illogical. Like, these are the bigger ones normally. I would have had to have got the fire going a fair bit before putting these on. Try and put a nice flat one in the middle, because that's where you're going to put your fire lighter. I tend to put a couple of sort of smallish ones around the sides and back. I don't think that's really necessary, but I do it, and because they're smaller than these ones, they tend to start catching a bit sooner, and it just means that once you've lit it, you don't need to come back and feed it for quite a long time, which is another amazing advantage of this method compared to my old method. My old method, I could always get a fire going quickly, but it needed a fair bit of attention in the early stages to kind of keep it going. This one, once it's going, people are saying an hour. Yeah, possibly an hour, but certainly half an hour, 40 minutes before you need to do anything about it. Right, so that's on there. Then next you need firelighters. Now, I'm still pretty new to this method, so I'm using about this much firelighter. Now in this one, that's actually 4. That might be way too much. I need to sort of experiment a bit and see if I can use less. But this box of what they're saying 28 of that size, this was £1 from a really nice little local hardware shop round the corner from me in Reynolds Road. If you live in Ipswich, IP3, it's an amazing little shop, and I love to use little local businesses. So if you live in the area, go and check them out. It's like an Aladdin's cave of sort of hardware and home kind of stuff. Right, next thing is sort of kindling sticks. Now, I chop these up with an axe, and I'm not particularly accurate, so they're all kind of, different sizes and stuff. And I try and put a bit of a mixture in here. Looking at what I've got today, it's not particularly good. But anyway, so you put them next to the firelighter. So start with 2 front and back, because that gives you access to the firelighters when you want to light it. And then you just build up a sort of crisscross close to the firelighter, but leaving lots of air, kind of air gaps. I need to make some slightly smaller ones next time. These are all a bit big, but never mind. Let's go for that one. All right, so that's 3 layers, and then I tend to put a sort of a slightly biggish one across the top as well. So that's really it. So you see there's a fair bit of timber in there, so that's why it keeps going for a long time after you've started it. And I'll have to do a separate video later. This is like, it's 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm going to go out for a walk in a minute, so I'm not going to light this now, but I'll light it later, and I'll video that bit. Just so you can see the settings. So this bottom vent is completely closed. For burning timber, for this stove, that's what they recommend. They're saying that for timber, the ventilation should be above, not underneath. So that is closed, and it stays closed pretty much all the time. Occasionally I'll open it if I want to give a real kind of blast furnace to get things going, but that's closed otherwise it rips through the timber too quickly. The top vent is open, and once it gets going, I'll close that. I don't know if you can see, but like a lot of stoves, there's a screw here restricting this going all the way across, just to keep things burning better. Okay, you can remove that and close it all the way, but that's not recommended, so it's still there. So that's going to be open when I start it, and that's it. So I'm going to close that now because I'm going to go out for a walk in a minute, and then later on when I light this, I'll film it, and you can see how it goes. Cool, see you later.